Hi, it's Sandy here, and I'm much later than I thought I was going to be tonight to do the full moon rose reading for the end of, the beginning of June 2017. My goodness me, it's been quite a day today, so I hope that you're doing well. Hi, Vicky. I hope that you've all had a good day. I mean, it's really quite an intense day here in the UK, of course, because we've had elections today. Hi, BB. It just feels to me like there has been a shift in the energy. Very interesting. I mean, when we look at the full moon, which is tomorrow here in the UK, and at 19 degrees of Sagittarius, so on a full moon, obviously the sun and the moon are in opposite signs. So we've got the sun at 19 degrees Sag and the moon at 19 degrees of Gemini. Sorry, no, it's not. It's the other way round. Oh my goodness, this is going to be quite a reading, I can tell you. The sun is in Gemini at 19 degrees. The moon is in Sagittarius at 19 degrees. So, there's just felt to be a real shift in the energies. And I know that we've got Jupiter stationing direct as we go into the full moon. And there's a real sense of the moving forward, things moving forward that have been perhaps on pause, or that we've been doing deep inner work in preparation for this next movement forward. I know so many of us have had health blips and all sorts of other issues that have been coming up very, very loud in this last month. And I don't know, I just feel today that there is a real sense of a forward motion, and that perhaps projects and ideas and approaches to this next phase of our own personal work will start to get some momentum behind it, and a real sense of creative energy that's beginning to activate and to be more aware of being able to tangibly have connection to that. I feel that sort of pull into all of the sort of creative arts, and that awareness of beauty and dance, music, that there'll be a lot more ease in our way of expressing ourselves in all sorts of ways. I had somebody that arrived last evening for the group gathering here, who casually dropped in about joining a belly dancing class. You know, I think we're being really asked to make sure that we are in body, that we do whatever lights us up, that actually brings us more and more into this vehicle that is our place of transformation, our alchemical pot, if you like, that allows us to make these shifts and moves that release the any of the old toxic patterning that we're still clearing out the last pieces of. But I think we're going to be called more and more to be really present in the body, to enable us to feel that sense of groundedness and connection when things around us are not necessarily feeling that stable, that we are being called back and back and back again into this place, this core connection inside of us, and this connection to this path of self-love, this path of loving what is, and coming to peace with the journey this far. It's when we can come to that place of peaceful acceptance or peaceful resolution, and to be able to activate forgiveness for both those around us and for ourselves, is the path that's actually going to be able to take us forward. So, what might the roses reveal for us in the reading today? So, are you drawn to rose card 1, to rose card 2, or to rose card 3? There feels a real significance to the reading today. Just another little something that's tangible in what's sensing in the what I'm sensing in this shift. So, if you drew or you were drawn to rose card 1, here she is. And she is Rose Angel 7. Now, Rose Angel 7 is one of the 11 cards from the Rose Angel set in the Oracle deck. And this rose is the transformer from betrayal to trust. So she sits on the solar plexus and she invites us to explore any aspects of betrayal that we've still got running. So, hi Jules, hi. Any aspects of experience or remembering of an experience of being betrayed, feeling betrayed by another, but also anywhere that we are still holding a program that allows us to betray ourselves, to betray our gut knowing about something, and perhaps go ahead with something that we know is fundamentally wrong, or is not in alignment for us. And so this rose sits with her cup open. She holds us gracefully with her, almost like her stabilizer petals, that hold her really good and steady for us to really look and say, is there anywhere here where I'm still running a pattern of betrayal, betraying myself? And she invites us to dive deep and to get to find the jewel of trust. You know, that when we start to harness these core jewels of our transformative journey, they sit in the crown, they decorate the crown of our very being. And this jewel to dive for is the jewel of trust. Absolutely trusting your gut instinct, and to be able to have the courage to act on it, because sitting in the solar plexus is the center of personal will. You know, we are called to sacred activism. It's all very well to have this slightly sort of fluffy energy around her being a rose angel, but actually she's calling us to action. She's calling us to absolutely act on what we know is our truth, to be able to totally and utterly trust our gut feeling. You know, if there's any question mark around the gut feeling, this will show up in issues of digestion, poor digestion, having difficulty in assimilating nutrients in the body. She is she calls us to where we are not being able to digest life. And the reason we can't digest life is because we are not trusting the wisdom that the gut is showing us. These beautiful vehicles that we are journeying in are totally here to be guides and way showers for us. You know, and the body will go tap and then it will go tap, tap, and then it will go tap, 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 and then wallop. You know, if we've not listened to the rumblings, if we've not listened to the whispered messages from our physical bodies now, we are being really called to attention. So, hi Rachel, hi, thank you for joining. So this is such an incredible card to draw for, you know, to bring your attention down into the body. You know, what is my gut wisdom on this? What am I being called to listen to? What is that whispered message? And taking the time to dive within, to dive for the pearls, to dive for the jewels, which are the inner wisdom and the inner trust of our gut wisdom. Hi Roberta, thank you for joining. So that was Rose card 1. If you chose Rose card 2, she is Master Rose 3. Now, I don't think this rose has come up before for us in the readings, and I think this is such an interesting card for it to have come up today. Master Rose 3, I'm actually going to read you her words from the Rose Oracle book. And she says, the golden flame. I am the wisdom keeper. All is known in the now. In my beauty, the tears and the joys of mankind. I am the sacred fire and the golden flame. And, you know, this particular rose, she was from the second set that came together after my the guidance to go to Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland. And the 3 Master Roses, Master Rose 1, the Divine Masculine, Master Rose 2, the Divine Feminine, and Master Rose 3, the Golden Flame, came forward. And I really feel that this rose activates fully, hi Ashley, activates fully when we bring masculine and feminine together in balance. This is the quest, you know, this is our journey. It's not about one or the other. We are called to heal those aspects of ourselves that have come and show themselves to us for our journey of polishing the diamond, our journey of soul evolution. And when we heal one aspect of us, it allows another aspect, a corresponding aspect of us, to come into a new balance and a new dynamic. And this particular rose, when we bring the masculine and feminine, the being and the doing aspects of our inner being into sacred dance, this is the energy that gets illuminated on the crown. You know, the mystics and seers see this illumined light that starts to shine from the crown, and as she does that, she gently drops down to fully illuminate the heart. And we know that the crown can only open to the degree that the heart is open. So when this rose comes down to the heart and fully lights the heart flame, so we become illuminated to the next stage of our lives. She's really a 5D consciousness rose. She really activates the Christ consciousness frequency within us. You know, we're all work in progress, so the work that we're doing is uncovering the pieces and the locked stories within our own fields, so that we can release them, so that we can come to forgiveness, so that we can come to acceptance and open more and more to love. You know, in that question of what would love do now? What would love have me say, do, be now? because this heart field and this beautiful energy that we carry is the only thing that is with us forever. Everything else is transitory. You know, the jewels that we garner through our journey, and the opening and lighting of this heart flame, so that we can say yes to life, so that we can show up fully present, fully activated, and open to the giving and receiving of the journey. This Rose, if you called her, she's really calling you into this sacred activism, this sacred dance of that inner masculine feminine, the divine masculine, divine feminine within us, to activate and illuminate at yet another level. So she's like a creative portal. You know, when we look at this from a Christic perspective, this would be seen as the divine child. You know, if we are masculine, if we come into this body or come into this incarnation as in a unified field, coming into this incarnation, we open into duality, masculine, feminine, right, wrong, good, bad, up, down, whatever it is. It's a duality. It's and the journey back to the heart, back to the inner wisdom, back into the core of who we are in truth, is a journey back into the unified field. And when we bring those two energies together, what is created in the center of those two overlapping circles is a geometry called the Vesica. And this is where this Rose sits. She sits and she activates, and she is a portal of pure, creative source energy that in the Christic tradition would have been called the divine child. And that isn't a childishness, it is a childlikeness. It has an innocence to it that allows us to be playful and creative, and to really engage with the dance of life. So beautiful Rose for us to choose today. And if you were drawn, hi Linda, nice to see you. If you were drawn to Rose card 3, she is Rose Bagua 4. And Rose Bagua 4 is the calling to abundance and wealth and blessings. So this particular rose calls us into that attention of what abundance actually means to us, and what we can see that we already have. And that's important, what we already have, that we can bring gratitude to, that really makes up our sense of being blessed in the journey that we have in life. Oh, Jules, brilliant, 3 for you. Excellent. So, you know, she's like effervescent, you know, so rich in her offering. And I think the more we can get into that sense of gratitude for what we have already as blessings in our life, this and more of that to us. You know, we can only attract to us that which is in resonance to the deeper calling of our hearts. For in that is our truth and our power. That was the words of wisdom of Rose Mal 1 that's sitting behind me. You know, this is the thing. You know, if we can't feel it in our hearts as being present or available to us, we cannot attract it to us. We cannot magnetize it to us. It can only come in resonance to what is already there. So she's calling us to live from that place of knowing that we are blessed, that we are wealthy, that we are abundant. And more of that comes to us effortlessly in that manifestation. So she says, I am a golden orb of light. Absorb me. You know, when we look at these energies, when we look at the heart field, when we can activate this golden heart field of wealth, blessings and abundance, our golden light body activates. This truly, like Rose 2, the Rose card 2 in Master Rose 3, you know, this is about this 5D field of consciousness that allows us to step into this place of gold, this sense of golden years of this alchemical magic that is possible for us when we sit in the heart field. And this Rose card 1, says trust. Absolutely trust your gut wisdom. Trust her whispered messages. Listen to her wisdom and then have the courage to act on it. Because that's sometimes missing for us in actually having the courage to take the action. We might get some amazing downloads, incredible insights and ideas. But do we activate them fully and take them out in the world? And that requires trust. That requires us showing up and actually acting on the wisdom that is inherent in our inner guidance, our inner tuition. So here we are. These are the 3 roses that are activating for us at this time. And, you know, with Jupiter going direct, just within a couple of hours of this full moon, there is a real sense that we can now start to make these steps to take the things that we have been working on and start to activate them and move them forward. We can use this time very creatively now to start to make these things active and real for us. So I hope they have inspired you, and there is something there that resonates for you. So what else can I share with you? Well, we've got coming up at the Chalice Well, actually at New Moon. So the New Moon rose reading on the next one, I will be doing live from the Chalice Well. And I have a 2-day program at the Chalice Well, which actually has seemed a bit like a movable feast, I have to say. And my beautiful Rose sister, Renee from New Jersey, who was planning to be here to come to the Chalice Well events with me, and was going to co-host the Feng Shui of Love class, has actually had to pull out because of her family commitments. So I am for the 3rd time, I am reframing the offering at the Chalice Well, and I am feeling on the Friday the 23rd, which is the day before the new moon, to make a very special Sacred Sisterhood Circle at the Chalice Well at a very reasonable reasonable price to come and join us of £33, and that will be on my website over the weekend. And the information will also be, for those of you who get my newsletter, the full information for that particular event will be coming up on the newsletter. And also to say that I have a couple of spaces in the accommodation at the Chalice Well. So if anybody felt drawn to come on the Friday and perhaps stay on for the Alchemy of Love retreat on the Saturday, there is some accommodation available as well. So, you know, this is a time when we have to just flow with the changes. So many of us are being called to stay really fluid and in the moment to what needs to be changing, and also to own it, you know, to be able to listen to that gut wisdom and be prepared to step forward and speak of the truth that they know, even if it's not easy. So these are huge times for us, and certainly here in the UK we've got no idea what tomorrow may bring as we come to the close of the election today. And these indeed continue as ever to be interesting times. So I hope the rose cards have been of use to you in this particular reading. And as ever, much love and rosy blessings on your journey and for the full moon tomorrow. Bye for now.